Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. The landlord fixed the refrigerator door, and they some garbage out there. Well, I'll tell you something. This is when we moved in, we knew what we were getting. I mean, it's a small place. It's really more for a single person, but um, I like him as a landlord because he gives us our privacy. He respects our privacy, and I appreciate that. That, frankly, from my experience, is difficult to find in a landlord. And this place is not infested with bugs. My last place in Texas was nasty, just nasty. And it wasn't just my apartment, it was all the apartments. They would cut off the water. They wouldn't even tell us some of the time. It would just be cut off, and you're like, oh, there it goes again. I had lived in that place maybe 20 years before that, and so I should have known what I was getting myself into, I guess. But it was new owner. There was a new owner, new management. I took new management's word for it that things had changed, and they hadn't. The manager was racist, and the assistant manager, who's now the manager, both racist. I mean, they hated white people. Very rude, very belligerent, scary, really. Not her, but him, the guy who's now the manager, who was the assistant manager. But see, this place isn't like that. We're not bug infested. Our landlord is polite and respectful. So it took a while to get something done. Sometimes it does. But anyway, I'm watching a movie, so I want to get back to the movie. I just wanted to say hello and show everybody my Binki. I like my Binki. Mommy got it for me, so I like it even more because of that. But I also just want to say I got that. Oh my gosh, it's 55 degrees. It's the middle of summer. It's 55 degrees. In Texas, it wouldn't be 55 degrees. It'd be in the 70s or 80s right now. Whew, I'm glad I'm away from that finally. And I'm with this extremely beautiful woman over here. That I'm lucky to have. Excuse me. I have that thing with my throat all day. Oh, have you seen Super Kitty lately? I don't know if you have, but he comes by the Super Kitty comes by from time to time. Super Kitty, yay! Hi everybody, I'm Super Kitty, yay! Bye bye. Hey, that's Super Kitty. And anyway, so I guess I don't have much more to say. I just want to say, I downloaded a file from Warp My Mind. Warp My Mind! And it's a age regression file. We're going to see if it works. It's a male voice, not a female voice. I prefer a female voice. But, maybe there's one I'll find eventually, but right now. And one of my best AB friends turned me on to, I don't remember the name of the website, ASDCI or something like that. I need to go back into my Yahoo and check it out and get over to my page and all that. I sent her a friend's request last night. But anyway, so, in the kitchen, I just want to tell you what we did. I think I already told you that Carolyn found a stand at the reuse shed at the dump, so like a recycle area, and we have that as like a kitchen island. We have things stored underneath it, like the plates and stuff, and then there's a place to work on top. So now I have more work room, more work area. And then what we did, because we didn't have enough room for all the cookbooks. Sometimes, it's been a while, but sometimes I'll actually read a cookbook. I know that may be unusual for some, but yeah, it's fun. It actually is. You learn something that way. So what we did is we had two small bookcases in the bedroom. Took both of those out. Put one of them in the basement, and the other is behind the kitchen island. And we have cookbooks in it, plus we have room to store canned and bagged and boxed food. So it's working out pretty good. And tonight I made meatloaf. I'm not a big meatloaf fan, but hey, it's meatloaf, it's easy. What can I say? I mean, I did it a little differently than the recipe called for, but oh well. We had potatoes with onions and some garlic powder and pepper and salt in it that I cooked in the cast iron skillet. And a friend of mine in Texas is going to be sending me a care package. It'll have some dried chilies, hopefully a jar of honey with a comb inside of it, because we can't find that up here. We can find honey, there's plenty of honey, but not with a comb in it. And the comb, what you can do is you take a little bit off and you chew it. It's like chewing gum. It's wax is all it is. And at first you have a lot of honey in it because the honey is trapped in there. But then over time you swallow the honey. And hopefully a small jar of chili piquins, and some dried piquins and some other dried chilies. Because you can't find a lot of that stuff up here, and the food up here has a tendency to the bland side. Oh well, you know, not everything, but you know, when we went to Lula's in San Antonio, and Carolyn got a fork full of rice and ate it, she was like, "Wow, this is flavorful." So if you're ever in San Antonio on Travis Street, go to Lula's. They moved, they're like a block away from where they were. They're in the Milan building, I think, now. You know, there used to be like a little cafe in there, and now they're the cafe, the restaurant. It's not a tourist restaurant. Okay, it's people who live and work